Jayavarman II reigned from 802 to 850, was a pivotal figure in Khmer history as he established and ruled over the Khmer Empire, now known as Cambodia, after unifying the Khmer civilization. During his reign, he founded several capitals, including Mahendrapura, Indrapura, Amrendrapura, and one more final city. What was his last capital's name? Where was it located? Jayavarman II passed away in 850 in his newly founded capital and was posthumously honored with the name Parameswara, meaning the supreme ruler, a title associated with the deity Sri Shiva. After his death, the throne was succeeded by his son Jayavarman III. Following the Jayavarman III's passing in 877, King Indravarman I, his maternal cousin, ascended the throne in 878 AD. During King Indravarman I's reign, he not only constructed the Temple of Bakong honoring his deities and ancestors, but also initiated the building of the Bakong Temple. Discover the reasons behind the construction of this remarkable monument. What is the true meaning of Bakong? Uncover the secrets of this ancient Khmer monument as Khmer Temples and Nature guides you on a journey through its rich history and stunning beauty. Right now. Bakong is recognized as the first sandstone temple mountain constructed by the rulers of the Khmer Empire. Situated near present-day Siem Reap in Cambodia, it served as the official state temple for King Indravarman I during the latter part of the 9th century AD. The significant structure is located in the ancient city of Hariharalaya, an area known today as Rolous. In 802 AD, Jayavarman II, the inaugural king of Angkor, proclaimed the sovereignty of Cambodia. After a series of fluctuations in fortune, he established his capital at Hariharalaya. Subsequently, his successors embarked on a construction of Bakong, which was developed over several stages as the first sandstone temple mountain in Angkor. The inscription on its stele, categorized as K826, indicates that in 881, King Indravarman I dedicated the temple to the deity Shiva, consecrating its central religious image, a lingam named Sri Indreswara, a title that intertwined the king's name with the suffix Eswara, denoting Shiva, Iswara. Rolous, a scholarly French historian and archaeologist renowned for his research on Sanskrit and Old Khmer inscriptions originating from Cambodia, interpreted the devilish cult as a concept of divine kingship that legitimized royal authority. However, later scholars have suggested that this does not necessarily entail the worship of the king as an individual. While Bakong served as the state temple of Angkor for only a brief period, subsequent enhancements from the 12th or 13th centuries indicate that it remained in use. Towards the end of the 9th century, Indravarman's son and successor, Yesavarman I, relocated the capital from Hariharalaya to the region north of the present-day Siem Reap, known as Angkor, where he initiated the establishment of a new city, Yesavarapura, centered around a different temple mountain named Bakong. According to Mr. Hamsapon, an Angkor tour guide and author of the Angkor Kingdom Guidebook, the name Bakong Temple or Prasat Bakong is a designation that originated from the middle period of Khmer history. This name is derived from a combination of three components: Prasat, Ba, and Go. The term Prasat signifies a dwelling for deities, while Ba refers to a ruler, protector, and supporter of divine power, which aligns with the three prominent gods, Iswara, Vishnu, and Brahma. The word gong denotes an instrument used to produce loud sounds, employed by devotees to summon the attention of the deities. However, a stele discovered in the vicinity of this temple records its original name as Sri Andreswara. In 1935, French archaeologists initiated research at the site, which led to the discovery of the inscribed consecration or foundation stele catalogued as K825, later K826. The stele was located within a small laterite pavilion situated on the eastern side of the enclosure. The inscription, written in Sanskrit, comprises 31 lines on one side and 22 lines on the reverse, featuring an invocation and tribute to Indravarman. Notably, this tribute bears resemblance to inscriptions found at the nearby Bakong Temple. The text records the foundation of the Linga Sri Andreswara along with the 8th Murti of Shiva, dating back to 881 AD within the courtyard of Sri Andreswara. It also details the erection of water statues and other foundations, which the date suggests may be located outside Bakong. Additionally, the inscription enumerates gifts, displaying similarities to those documented at Bakong. In 1936, the pyramid was cleared of the brick and wooden structure atop the site that had been built by monks, revealing a sandstone base of the central tower that we see in place today. The tower was reconstructed from its pieces that laid around the pyramid. At that time, they also cleared the central well only to find it had previously been looted. At this time, other pieces were found, including a contemporary Chinese sword and iron instruments. Reconstruction of the central tower began with the oddity of the art styles noted. In 1938, the firm undertook extensive work to clear the site and reconstruct the terraces along with making restorations to the brick towers and guburat. In 1939, several discoveries were made in the two square brick buildings, of which mostly only the base remains, that flank the eastern causeway near the pyramid, including bronze works, a head of a deity, and most interestingly, a statue trio known as Oma Kungki Pateswara. In 1940, parts of another representation of Oma Kungki Pateswara were found along with a Ganesha statue, a head of a Bodhisattva converted into Shiva, along with the successful restoration of one of the guburat. The Abstract National Authority (ANA) has successfully finalized the restoration of Brick Tower No. 7 at Bakong Temple, a notable structure situated within the first enclosure to the north of the temple's central shrine. This tower, measuring 14.50 meters in height and 7.40 meters in width, underwent comprehensive repairs from May to November 2024, addressing the extensive damage that had accumulated over its millennium-long existence. Sarai Kumhua, head of the Rolous conservation area, informed Khmer Times that the restoration efforts specifically targeted the south, north, and west sides of the tower, which had sustained the most damage. The restoration team focused on ensuring the structural integrity from the foundation to the pinnacle of the tower, also incorporating protective steel at the summit to strengthen stability. Prior to the restoration, Brick Tower No. 7 was in a critical condition characterized by deteriorating corners, displaced bricks, and substantial cracks. The stairs on all three sides were similarly affected, displaying significant damage to the sandstone steps. These issues were further exacerbated by environmental factors, including the hot and humid climate that encourages moss and plant growth, thereby posing a threat to the tower's structural integrity. With the restoration now completed, Kum expressed satisfaction with the results, noting that Brick Tower No. 7 has regained its strength and is now secure for both visitors and the temple itself. The timely intervention by the Apsara National Authority has been instrumental in preserving this historic site for future generations. The site encompasses a significant area measuring 900 by 700 meters and features 2 moats along with 3 concentric enclosures. The outer moat, averaging 3 meters in depth, spans an area of 15 hectares. This moat defines the boundary of the outermost third enclosure, which lacks evidence of a gupura but shows remnants of 2 avenues, one oriented eastward and other to the north. Located between the outer and inner moats are traces of 22 regularly spaced brick towers, not all of which were completed, and each corner is marked by a pair of 60 square meter towers intended to flank a central tower. Only the eastern corner tower was finalized. The second enclosure, characterized by its laterite wall remnants, measuring 400 by 300 meters. Most of the area separating this enclosure from the inner one is occupied by a broad moat, now dry and featuring stone steps. There are ruined gupuras located at the cardinal directions, with the northern and southern gupuras being notably smaller. The inner enclosure, which contains the pyramid and surrounding brick towers, measuring 160 by 120 meters, and is also enclosed by a laterite wall. This enclosure similarly features gupuras at each cardinal point, though only the lateral foundations survive. The eastern and western gupuras are larger than their northern and southern counterparts. Within the inner enclosure, several structures surround the pyramid. Notably, 8 brick towers are arranged in pairs along its side, existing in varying states of preservation. Additionally, in the corners of the enclosure lie remnants of 8 small square brick buildings, one in the northwest and southwest corners, with doors facing east, and one in the northeast and southeast corners, with doors facing west. Furthermore, 2 distinctive later stone halls flank the eastern approach to the pyramid along east-west, preceded by 2 smaller buildings, one of which was constructed to accommodate the stele. Finally, remnants of two additional long halls aligned north-south in laterite can be found just inside the eastern entrance, alongside traces of another hall aligned east-west in the southeast corner. The pyramid itself possesses an almost square footprint with a clear, straightforward profile. It underwent meticulous reconstruction by Maurice Grace, completed by the late 1930s. Prior to this restoration, sandstone blocks were scattered throughout, resulting in damage to many corners. Symbolically, its 5 tiers may represent from the bottom to the top the realm of the Naga, Garudas, Raksasas, Yasa, and ultimately the Maharaj. The base measures 67 by 65 meters, while the top dimensions are 20 by 18 meters, equipped with steps on each axis. Statues of elephants have been positioned at the corners of the 3 lower tiers as guardians, though the statues on the lowest tier are barely recognizable as elephants, while the 4th tier is adorned with 12 small shrines arranged at the regular intervals. The pyramid is topped with a tower from a later period, reflecting the architectural style of Angkor. The access road originating from road number 6 leads into the outer drive enclosure, positioning you at the edge of the second laterite enclosure by the time you reach the principal east-west axis of the temple. Within this area, remnants of the laterite and sandstone gupura can be observed. A broad earthen causeway spans 60 meters wide moat bordered by laterite embankment, interrupted by 2 additional causeways that extend along the east-west axis. These are a continuation of the 4 main avenues from the capital city of Hariharalaya. The causeway is flanked by monumental 7-headed Nagas, their serpent bodies resting flat against the ground. The Nagas positioned at the entrances of the temple symbolize the rainbow bridge, serving as a connection between the human realm, the cosmos, and the divine. Upon crossing the Naga Bridge, you will find modern Buddhist monastery buildings on your right before entering the inner enclosure through the remnants of the East Gupura. To the left and right, the vestiges of various structures mentioned previously are visible. A particularly impressive view of the temple can be experienced from the remains of the brick buildings situated in the northeast corner to your right. Here, you can gaze across the stone foundations of one of the brick towers toward the pyramid. The main entrance or framework of this tower stands independently, featuring exquisite octagonal colonnades and a characteristic deep lintel. Originally, a fine statue of Vishnu accompanied by two consorts resided here. As you navigate back to the main axis of the temple, note the two elongated sandstone halls that are aligned on either side just before the pyramid, a noteworthy feature of the site. The entrances are typically positioned at the center of the longer side, oriented toward the causeway with balustered windows. These halls are later additions dating back to the 12th or 13th centuries. The walkway in this area is bordered with balusters made of sandstone, similar to those found at the Bantisari Temple. Proceeding between these structures, you will enter a smaller yet robust pavilion that precedes the initial flight of steps. Four of these unique entrances are located around the pyramid, each featuring pitched roofs and gable ends. In front of each entrance stands a statue of Nandi, Shiva's bull, which has faded over time to the point of being nearly unrecognizable. Ascend the steps leading to the first tier of the pyramid, then continue upwards through 4 additional flights to reach the upper levels. Observe the intentional reduction in the dimensions of each set of steps from the lowest to the highest tier. This was a carefully designed perspective aimed at enhancing the perceived height of the pyramid from the ground level. At its stairway, stone lions stand sentinel, while statues of elephants, celebrated as mystical creatures that hold up the earth, symbolize strength and stability within architecture. Their presence is intended to bestow a sense of power and resilience to the construction. Additionally, the elephant serves as the mount of Indra, the king of the gods, and of the terrestrial sovereign, placed outward at the corners of the 3 lowest tiers, reminiscent of the East Nippon. On the 4th tiers, 12 small sandstone shrines are arranged around the platform, 1 at each corner and 2 on each side. Each of these 12 stone structures feature an entrance to the east and is topped with 3 stories that once housed 12 lingams. This level, which was originally adorned with intricate bas-reliefs, retains only faint traces of its former glory. The most distinguishable panel survives on the eastern side, depicting Asura in a lost bottle, capturing the moment when a figurine atop the standard has just been severed. Proceed up the final flight of steps to reach the summit of the pyramid, which stands 14 meters above the ground level. This artificial mountain represents Mount Siem Reap, The central tower, measuring 15 meters high, exhibits a blend of carving styles and culminates in an ogival shape dating from the Angkor period, significantly later than the pyramid itself.
The central facade was meticulously reconstructed through the skillful anastylosis undertaken by Louis Brace in 1940. It is a 12th century edifice situated on a raised platform, featuring a serrated layout, a single entrance facing east, and 3 additional blind entrances. The tower showcases 4 laurels topped by an acroterium shaped like a lotus. It once housed the royal slave embracer, consecrated in 881. The original sandstone tower, originating from the era of Indravarman I, likely faced destruction during the contested succession war. The pediments exhibit the hallmark style of Angkor. To the east, a depiction of Shiva in dance. To the south, the illustration of the churning of the sea of milk, albeit heavily worn. To the west,
Vishnu in repose,
alongside Lakshmi, his consort, Zizandon Ananta, the serpentine demigod and king of serpents, one of Vishnu's 2 mounts. And to the north, a scene from the Ramayana, wherein Lakshmana becomes ensnared by the serpent arrows of Indravarman. Only the century space remains from the era of Indravarman I. Full-bodied devatas are elegantly carved in stone, adorning the corners angles. From this vantage point, the other 8 brick shrines surrounding the base of the temple's pyramid were, as the foundation standing informs us, dedicated to the 8 murti or aspects of Shiva: the sun, the moon, wind, earth, water,
fire,
the ethereal space, and the Atman or soul.
There may very well be cosmic symbolism
in these monuments, as the number 8 refers to the 8 regions of space and the deities that protect them. The western pillars are notably smaller than their eastern counterparts, of which one structure has collapsed, leaving only the stone base unique in its composition, as well as the stone door frame of the northern tower. Guardian Palace and Pilatus, crafted from lime moldland doorways, while the stone lintels exhibit some of the finest workmanship in Khmer art. The Hariharalaya complex is intricately designed, drawing upon the symbolism of Hindu cosmology. In this representation, Bakong symbolizes Mount Meru, while the first mode signifies the cosmic ocean from which the mountain rises. The subsequent dry area represents the realm inhabited by humankind, which is further enclosed by mountain ranges, symbolized by the city walls, and another ocean represented by the second mode. Bakong exemplifies the remarkable architectural prowess and historical significance of the Khmer Empire. It continues to attract numerous visitors eager to delve into the rich cultural heritage of Cambodia. Come, and discover the enchanting kingdom of Cambodia, where every moment is filled with smiles.
Open your eyes, unfold a dream, witness the joy, a magical scene. It's a new place, a kingdom of